Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Money Moves program, where we've been going around picking up various people around and trying to find out how they've made their money move for them. That's basically it. So, in the last episode, we were talking, debt and how someone is able to get away from debt. I'm not sure who I'm picking up today, but I do know that we're going to have an amazing conversation once again, and it's going to be a good drive. So, let's find out who we're picking up this time round.
Lucci. How's it, my man?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Slap G. What's up, buddy?
What up, G?
You alright?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm alright, man. So, you know what? It's funny that I mentioned because the other day, I was listening to this. I don't know if you remember. This is such a long time ago. Do you remember
It's number Nishi.
Yeah, it's one of the first tunes I remember of yours.
This was the remix with Zone Fam.
Do you remember these lyrics?
No, of my
Yeah,
lyrics.
for your life.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, I was performing that song yesterday.
Let's try. Let me play you the original.
Okay.
Because that one will make a lot more sense. Play the original of Number Nishi. But my God, man, it was such a long time ago, and it sounded so good the other day when I was listening to it.
Wow, this car's nice, man.
Oh, thank you very much.
Smells, looks, feels nice.
Bounce. Let's go.
Okay, Queen Lelo na chirida. Tetim de pende for Zoom mix. Follow Munchende. I'm a fly chick, so Mukolo me no apena. Mona Fama, I'm a Jules Danwa, no mama chicks, I'm a ruler castle Heineken. To a large mix, pompe me on. I was performing this last night, man. So basically,
I love it. This is one of my favorite tunes of you. When I do like a top 10 of Slap D tunes, this is right up there on top.
Thank you.
And there's something off one of the newer songs that we were listening to the other day. Is it Midnight?
Midnight in Material.
Midnight in Material. Dude, that tune.
Yeah?
Now, let me put that as we drive. That tune is real.
Some classy hip hop.
It is real. It's as real as it gets. But how are you, man?
I'm good.
Yeah,
how are
how's
you doing?
Everything?
Man, we're eating, we're feeding,
Yeah.
we're alive.
I haven't seen you. I haven't spoken to you.
Yeah.
When I've seen you, we bumped into each other the other day at the barbershop.
At the barbershop.
But we haven't sat down. We haven't talked about anything. What's been going on?
I mean, we're here now.
Yeah, true. What's been going on, man? So, what have you been working on?
New music, bro. New music, new projects, shooting music videos, and also just pushing other artists' music. You know what I mean? You know, I love to see other artists grow as well. So,
what's the process of making new music?
Yeah.
Because you've done there's been so much new music from you.
Yeah.
Does it get harder as you go along?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I think you need to put in double the effort, and also be very inspired.
I mean, what's it like doing music? Because again, you've been making music for such a long time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume that the more projects you do,
The harder
it gets.
Yeah, exactly,
So
it does.
What's that process like?
Actually, right, because it gets, it sort of gets monotonous at some point.
Yeah.
You know, it's especially if you're trying to create something new, something different. It's a challenge. You need to put in double the effort, and you need to be really inspired.
And do you get inspired by new artists?
Exactly.
Some of the artists that you
Exactly.
sign.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For me, it's really the inspiration is driven by new music.
Yeah.
You know, what's trending, what's hot, and why is it trending?
Yeah.
You know.
So when you look at so let's look at the horizon of what's out there now. And when you look at new music and where it's at, what inspires you about new music currently?
Nothing.
Are you for real? No, you're lying.
I'll tell you
You're
what.
lying.
Well, nah. That's I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna be worried.
Honestly, new hip hop
Yeah.
is not my thing.
Yeah.
I'll be very honest with you.
So you're going back to old school.
Yeah. No, I'm actually trying to make Afro rap.
Oh.
It's way better. Look, Afro is the biggest genre right now.
Yeah. And what does Afro sound like?
Afro sounds like African music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So basically, drum pattern is more African. Africans love to dance. You know what I mean? The vibe is African. There's not so much, so many vocals on it. Try to reduce the vocals on a song. It basically needs to be catchy, danceable, and bouncy.
Yeah.
It's an African tune. You know, imagine something a typical African would vibe to.
Is that where the Was This What Tune came from? Where
Exactly.
the idea of that came
Exactly.
Because for many people, when they heard that, they were like, "Ooh, okay, that's different of slap."
Yeah.
Because everyone knows you for rhyming and hip hop.
Yeah.
And that was so left field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For that one, we really just wanted, like I said, I like to try new things, you know. And it worked because Busis was very, very helpful. She gave me a little bit of direction on, you know, because that's her sound, basically. That's what she does. So she let me in on that one. She let me rap on her sound.
It wasn't the other way around.
No, it wasn't. All I had to do was teach her the words,
Yeah.
which took about an hour.
Yeah.
Very, very quick. Waliba fly, ngana kapelele, venataba muna belele. Elama namba.
When I heard that the first time, I was like, what is going on here? It was so good.
What's up
It
with
was
you
so
though?
good.
How you doing?
I've been good, man. I mean, COVID freaked me out a bit, but I've been all right. I mean, you know, the world is getting back to what I think is some form of normality, and I'm excited. Excited about the future. Excited about, you know, what's up ahead. And listen, thanks for joining us on
Thank
Money
you,
Moves
thank
and,
you, thank you,
talking
man.
to us, because your story,
Yeah.
I like to say you're probably one of the only CEOs who is in music that I know.
Thank you.
And so what's that like? What's that like being a CEO of a music recording company?
Yeah.
Having to worry about money, having to worry about making sure that people are getting paid on time. What's that like? And
It's
just building an empire.
it's a hustle, my brother. I won't even lie to you. Easier said than done. It's a hustle.
Yeah.
Why I say that is that you need to stay on top of your game. You need to look out for new talent. You need to be, you know, a numbers guy, a little bit of a numbers guy, at least, which is a lot of work. You know what I mean? I've had to learn a lot of new things that I
Because when you
never
started out,
imagined.
was that the plan when you
No.
started out?
Well, that was the plan,
Yeah.
to just
so
be
It
great.
was always
Yeah.
but being great is different from being, you know, a CEO.
Well, I wanted to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
That was
We all do, right?
But for a long time, I thought I was a businessman, which I really wasn't.
Yeah.
You know, I had the idea of how to become a businessman, but I wasn't really a business. Look, real businessmen do their numbers right. You know, they check their books, their taxes. Basically, they make profits. You know, and when they do make losses, they spot that and they try to fix it. So there's a lot of things, and I'm still learning. I don't want to sound like, oh no, I'm Warren
He's
Buffett.
figured it out, yeah.
No, I'm still learning a lot of things. You know, I like to hang out with older businessmen because you learn a lot from them. You know.
You are an artist, a CEO.
Yeah.
You have a face that says, "I have money." So how do you stay humble when you've got all that going on for you, especially when you think that I'm still an artist?
Yeah. So like I found that really hard. So years back, because I always mixed the slap D too much. So look, business is Mwila Musonda. You know, even when the royalty check comes, it doesn't say slap D. It says Mwila Musonda, because you won't cash in a slap D check in the bank. Why I'm saying that is because you need to know when to be the artist, when to be, you know, be cool for TV, and when to be serious and do things right. You know, the businessman, basically, the business side of things. Otherwise, you won't get anything done.
And for all these young cats, and there's so many of them who are coming out now. I'm gonna play you one of these young cats.
Yeah.
I think his name is Dismo.
Oh yeah. That's
And
my
he's-
favorite rapper right now.
And he's young, right?
Yeah.
And he looks up to you.
Yeah.
I mean, this tune.
Oh,
with,
I love
with
this
J
song.
Cash,
Love this joint.
the beat.
Ah. Sokani Yamaha, means 12.5. Sack and a half. I love this kid, man. Humble kid. Good
Does he remind
vibes.
you of yourself?
He does a lot. In fact, that's why I like him.
You know, the minute you said he's humble, I'm like, that's why Slap likes him. It's because it's young.
He's chilled,
Slap.
you know, he's chilled. He's got a different vibe. He's rapping in Vernac, and it still makes sense, you know. I can't wait for the world, for Zambia to just really embrace him.
So when you hear someone like him, and when you talk to him, what do you advise him? Because he's not the only young person who looks up to someone like you.
Yeah.
What do you tell him about money and success? And staying in this lane where you're still able to be successful, you're still able to take care of family, build, drive, everything you want. What do you say?
Save your money.
Yeah.
Save your money, boy. Save your money.
It's so easy. Like, it can't just be as easy as save your money.
No.
The industry that we're in, unfortunately, the creative industry, it's so hard.
It's so hard,
to
exactly.
save.
I know.
It's so hard. Because you have to, I don't want to say you have to flex, but, you know, you kind of do have to flex.
I like that. You don't have to, but you kind of have to.
But you kind of have to.
Look, it starts with discipline. You know what I mean? I'm not asking you to save $1 million. I'm asking you to save money for a rainy day, because that's my idea of saving. It's like keeping money away for a rainy day. You know, I've seen big artists. I've seen, not just in Z, we've heard of artists going bankrupt. You know why? Because they didn't ever imagine them to have a rainy day. Now that's really important. The idea of just even saving your money is a good start, because then you know you have a vision or you have a goal. You know where you're headed. If you don't even think about saving at all, I don't mind. Save 100 kwacha every month. Put it in an account. Starts with opening an account. Small things like that. Because, you know, I used to be that kind of person. No account, no what, just getting cash and blowing it. Exactly. And especially when you're really in your prime, money comes every day. Because you're getting paid for this gig tomorrow. So it's like, oh, I'll never go broke, man. You spend it all today, tomorrow you get new money. And it kind of distracts you from, ever thinking of a rainy day.
I want to say, because you know when you're young, your priorities are, and I met you, I've known you for a while now.
Yeah.
And so I remember young you.
Yeah.
Young you is very different from older you. I wonder whether it's priorities, family, and all those things.
Exactly.
And that's kind of changed where your mindset is.
Yeah. But that's growth, you know? I think that's what growth is about.
But so can you do it even when you're young? Even when you don't have the things that you have now, i.e. responsibilities and taking care of people, can you still be single-minded to say, I am going to save as much as I can for a rainy day?
That's, no.
Yeah.
You'd have to go through, a lot of mistakes and learn from it. Yeah. I'm not saying, oh no, I got up and saved. I'm still learning because I still blow money. I flex.
Yeah.
We all flex.
I know you flex. I've seen the picture.
I've seen the picture. I flex in a really bad way sometimes. Where it's like, oh no, I didn't have to buy this.
You wake up with regrets.
You know what I mean? But all I'm saying is you can't do that. It's not possible to just have it all right, planned out. You know, life happens. Life hits you. Life is a wave.
Roller coaster,
Exactly. It goes up and down. But you need to have a balance. You know, a balance of, okay, you know what? I spent so much money last time on alcohol, for instance. Maybe I should try and reduce on that and save the money, or invest in this and do that. Stuff like that. So you will make mistakes, but it's about how you come back.
Yeah. Do you see investment the way everyone else sees investment? And I'm going to ask, this is a question.
How do you see investment?
Because I see investment in the sense of, and I see it from a very small scale. Invest in property,
Yeah.
But I wonder whether you see it in a different way. Because sometimes people are very critical of the things that you associate yourself to But I always see it as, well, Slap is making an investment. And it's an investment in his future. It makes sense to me. But most people don't see it like that. So is it okay to say, I will invest my money in something that may not be seen by everyone else as the right thing to do?
Exactly.
But it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Is it Richard Branson? He says, because Richard Branson owns Virgin. Oh, you know that. Virgin everything.
Yeah.
So somebody asked him, why would you invest all your money in one thing? And he says, you know what? You know the saying, don't lay all your eggs in one basket?
Yeah.
He says, lay all your eggs in one basket and guard it jealously. You know what I mean? So I think you invest in whatever you think you feel is gonna give you money back. You know, in Zambia, a lot of people think property is the best thing. It works for some people, doesn't work for some. I used to think like that as well, but these days I feel like investing in a business is way better, like an actual business, a running business. But usually we're too lazy to run a business. We're not smart enough. We don't want to go through the hustle of learning, you know, studying how to run a business, paying people out, the hustles of going to court because of this and that. So we want something that's easy, just sitting there and then, but you find that it won't make you as much money. And eventually it becomes a liability. You know what I mean? So different perspective, but at the end of the day, it's how you, it's how you see things, you know. Look, I don't want the hustle of going to an office every day, paying office rent, buying office furniture, because you do have to go through that. So I'll just buy a house and get my monthly rentals from that.
So you don't stress? Because that's what we do. We don't want to stress. I want to play, there's one artist of yours, Bobby East.
Yeah.
Bobby is, I always say Bobby is strange because I've seen his growth as a musician, but as a person as well. And I can see where he was 10 years ago to where he is now. And it is phenomenal just to see that growth. Are these lessons that you've imparted? Because I see him and I see you and I think it's one and the same.
Yeah. But also, a lot of people associate Bobby's success to me.
Yeah. Is that the case?
I don't think so.
Like Bobby was his own man.
I really don't think so. I think Bobby's hustled his way up. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's hustled his way up. And how I come in is basically just, you know, he took some of my advice. He hustled alongside me, learned some of the stuff, but basically he hustled his own way up. He doesn't owe anybody an explanation for his success. I mean, I appreciate that people, obviously, he said that himself a couple of times.
It's like you're Kanye. He's like Kanye and you're the J. Minus the beef. Minus the beef.
Yeah, minus the beef.
But he's the version of
exactly,
of Kanye.
Exactly. So I'm really proud of Bobby right now. He's still doing great things, bigger things. And every time you sit down with Bobby, he's got new ideas. He wants to change this and that. He wants to improve this on the label. So it's a plus.
Yeah. You're in good hands. Listen, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you, Lucci, for letting me hang out with you.
And thank you for enjoying the ride, smooth ride. Before you go, so you said you're working on new music. I don't know how far you are. How far are you?
Like was 6 songs down. We're trying to do 10.
All right. So here's what. Let's try this. Everyone loves a rapper who can freestyle.
Oh snap! No, man.
So I'm gonna give you just 2 words.
Okay.
Actually 3. Money, moves, drive. That's it.
Pressure, my G.
Money, moves, drive.
Don't do this to me, Lucci.
I'm not gonna give you a beat. Just those. Money, moves, drive. That's it.
Okay. Woke up this AM talking to my wife. She asked me where I was going. I said I want to drive to a show called Money Moves and say hi to them because I might just say bye. Right now you're putting me under a lot of pressure. Right, what I'd rather be doing right now is kicking leisure. Boom, Malaysia. That's what we used to call it on the CB. And Lucci, thank you for hanging out with me. And I'm dipping.
Dude,
thank you so much,
thank
man.
you so much, buddy. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
That's Slap D. Thanks,
How do you
buddy.
unlock this? Oh,
Thank you,
cool.
buddy.
Cheers. I'll see you soon.
I'll see you soon, man. That's nice. That might just make it onto his album. Who knows? Listen, if you hear a rhyme like that on his album, just know it's all courtesy of the Money Move Show. Listen, everybody, thank you so much for joining us on our drive today. Money Moves, talking to Slap D about music, about money, and how he's been able to make his money move for him. There's so many important lessons. I think one of the big ones is, as he said, for those who are in the creative industry, and there's so many young people nowadays who are getting into this industry because it's a phenomenal industry. It's a great industry with so many talented young people. The key is to keep your eye on the prize. Don't blow all your money at once, because for those of us who are in the creative industry, you could get paid every weekend. So when you do get paid every weekend, don't spend it all on one night out. Save. That's the important lesson from Slap D. Save that money. That way it'll move for you. Thank you so much for joining us on Money Moves. We'll see you soon, hopefully in the next couple of days, where who knows who will be picking up. We may even end up at State House. Who knows? I mean, that's one person I'd love to pick up. So many important lessons that he might be able to give us. But listen, thank you so much for joining us on Money Moves. We'll see you soon when we pick up the next guest.